Okay, hello everybody. So I will be doing chapter 11. Um, we're testing your code. I'll be doing with my peer Yasmin. Yasmin, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear, Martha.
Okay, that's good. So testing your code. When you write a function or a clause, you also write your tests for that code. Testing proves that your code works as it's supposed to in response to all the kinds of input it's designed to receive. When you write tests, you can be confident that your code will work correctly as more people begin to use your programs. You'll also be able to test your new code as you edit to make sure your changes don't break your program's existing behavior. Every programmer makes mistakes, so every programmer must test their code often to catch problems before users encounter them. In this chapter, we'll learn to test code using PyTest. The PyTest library is a collection of tools that will help us write our first tests quickly and simply while supporting our test as they grow in complexity along with our project. Python doesn't include tests by default, so we'll learn to install external libraries. Knowing how to install external libraries will make a wide variety of well-designed code available to us. These libraries will expand the kinds of projects we can work on immensely. We'll learn to build a series of tests and check that each set of input results in the output we want. So we installed PyTest.
Sorry, Martha. Yes. With input, I'm just trying to get clarification. Do they mean user input?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Just wanted to double check.
Okay. So we installed PyTest with pip. We updated the pip. We installed the PyTest. So we're gonna start with the name function.py. So let me get here. We have the name function.py. So we're testing a function. This is a Python function that takes two inputs, which is a person's first name and a person's last name, and returns their full name in a nicely formatted way with each word capitalized. So we have get formatted name. This is our function definition, and it takes two parameters, which is the first and the last. So this is the first name and this is the last name. Both of them are strings. And then we have a doc string, which is just a short description of what the function does. And then we have full name, which combines the first and the last name into a single string with a space in between. So it uses an F string for readability. And then we have return full name, the title. The title is a string method that capitalizes the first letter of each word in the string. So if we try this, so next we have names.py. Sorry, I'm just waiting for this to run. Okay, so next we have names.py. This is okay. Name.py. Sorry. This- Okay, so this code, it lets the user enter first and a last name, and it calls the get formatted name function that we have from the name.function py to create a nice formatted full name, and then it keeps asking for names until the user enters q to quit. So from name function import get formatted name, it will import the get formatted name function, and we have print enter q at any time to quit. It prints instructions to the user to type q to quit at any point. And then we have while true, which starts an infinite loop, which will keep running until a break is called, and our break is q. And then we have first input, please give me a first name. This will be a first name. And then if first is equals to q break, it will check if the user entered q to break. And then the same thing here, last input, please give me a last name. If last q break, it will also check if the user entered q to break the while loop. And then we have formatted name is equals to get formatted first and last. It calls the imported function get formatted name with the entered first and last names, and this function returns the neatly formatted full name. Excuse me. So let's try that. Python name.py. Please give me a first name, so it's Martha. Please give me a last name. It's Rampele. The neatly formatted name is my name and surname, and it's just gonna continue asking the same questions, and then if I press Q, it will break out of the loop. Okay, and then we have okay, so we have testing class. In the first part of this chapter, we wrote test for a single function. Now we'll write tests for a class. We have a variety of accessions. So far, you've seen just one kind of accession. A claim that a string has a specific value. And when writing a test, you can make any claim that can be expressed as a conditional statement. So we have a class to test, and we have survey.py. So testing a class is similar to testing a function because much of the work involves testing the behavior of the methods in the class. However, there are a few differences, so we are going to write a class to test. Excuse me. So we have in our code, we have this class anonymous survey. So this will create a new class called anonymous survey, and the docstring defines its purpose. And then we have the constructor method, which automatically run when an object is created. So self dot question stores the question passed in, and then self dot responses initializes an empty list for responses. And then we have def show question self show the survey question.